want to play games, pendejo.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that in a lot of different things, and I don't know if it comes from this movie specifically.
Yeah.
It's probably just a saying.
Right.
But
Hello, welcome back to the Black and White Cinema Podcast with Kev and Ugie. I'm Kev.
I'm Ugie.
And today we are doing another movie where only one of us has seen it. This time it is my favorite movie, 1988's Young Guns. But before we get into the movie, how you doing, Ugie?
I'm doing all right. Not as good as you because the Seahawks are headed to the Super Bowl.
Yep. You all may have noticed in our last episode my throwback to our last Super Bowl victory jersey. Bonus points in the comments if you can tell me who wore that jersey. But today, celebrating my Eastern alum fandom alongside my fellow Eastern alum with my Cooper Kupp jersey.
Shout out Cooper Kupp. He's probably the only Seahawk I will ever shout out on this podcast.
And there's a Eastern Washington University wide receiver on each team of the Super Bowl this year.
Gang.
So we are well represented, which doesn't happen a lot for us Eagles.
It's a great day to be an Eagle.
It is. Start something big. Because the Patriots have Efton Chisholm, who was an undrafted free agent.
Efton Chisholm, is he black?
He is not. Efton Chisholm III. He's a very white guy.
Oh, Chisholm is like a Nigerian name or an Igbo name.
It's
so I was just wondering.
CHISM.
SM. Oh, like
so it's not
Prism.
Chisholm, like Jazz Chisholm. It's,
yeah.
Efton Chisholm. Actually, where's his hometown? I'm curious now.
Oh, okay. Let me guess. Efton? Oh, you got to be a name like that. You 509. Where are you? Like you, Ephrata?
Let's see. Efton Chisholm. Oh, what was your guess?
Ephrata.
It's like the Ephrata of Seattle. He's from Monroe.
Oh, Monroe. Okay, you know what? I will say that Monroe has, like, their downtown area has a lot of stores, and I went to Cheney. I went to Eastern Washington. Our Eastern's downtown did not have stores.
No.
Yeah,
there's the aforementioned Safeway from last week.
Yeah, exactly. That was a hangout spot. What Monroe also has is the campgrounds, and shout out to the Ren Fair because Ren Fair.
The fairgrounds.
Yeah, the fairgrounds. Yeah. The Ren Fair was super fun. I went this year.
Insert photo of Ugie in Renaissance fair attire.
Oh yeah, I went as a black mage. I was talking with a British accent. I was doing incantations, all types of things. It's real bad.
Yeah.
But, people were loving it at the time. I was like, Avada Kedavra, bitches. And they're like, we love you. Good times.
Well, speaking of bad accents, should we talk about Young Guns?
Yes, we should.
So, before I say anything, Ugie, what did you think watching this for the first time?
I really liked it. I was very surprised. I don't want to say very surprised. Given, like, I'm not a fan. I'm not sure if this is really like a Western movie, but it is set in the West, and it has a lot of Western tropes. Yeah,
I would call this a Western.
It is a Western. Is it like a spaghetti Western?
It's not. There's a ton of 80s influence that kind of yanks it forward in some moments, but I think it's a pretty like traditional Western action movie. It's very 88 though.
Yeah, I think so. As a little bit of a recap, this has been Kevin's favorite movie for a long time.
My entire life.
Yeah. So Kevin lent me a DVD of this and told me I had to watch this like maybe 15 years ago.
I would say 2012 because I think we were still in college.
Yeah.
When I gave you the DVD.
I maybe tried watching it for the first time in like 2017, and I watched about 30 minutes of it, and then I fell asleep. And now it's just been in my collection, gathering dust in the sort of way where it's just like, oh yeah, I should watch this. Like I should watch this. I should watch this weekend or next weekend or I'll watch it. And I haven't watched it until now. And it was, I wasn't sure what I was expecting out of it. I think I was expecting a comedy, and there are comedic stylings at parts, but as just like an action movie, especially for the time that it came out. It was very fun. I was never bored. And at some point, there's a lot of me, maybe at some times I was even cheering against Billy the Kid. I was like, man,
yeah. Like, I grew up on this movie. This was heavy rotation in my house. Like you were saying last week with your mom, like getting you guys cassettes and you would rip songs off the radio. Mm-hmm. My parents would get VHS tapes and record movies off of TV. Yeah. So we would have 3 tapes or 3 movies per tape and just stacks and stacks of them. This was one of my dad's favorite movies. So I have seen this. I probably first saw this when I was 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. Admittedly too young for this, but that was true of a lot of action movies that my dad and I watched when I was a kid.
Nothing wrong with that.
And this time around, watching it for the podcast, having not seen it in years, but it's like I know every scene in my brain. Like front to back, I could tell you what happens in this movie without our script. I'm not gonna because that would be a bad experience for the viewer. But I was like, Billy the Kid is a fucking psychopath.
Yeah,
is the antagonist of this film.
Exactly. I was halfway through the movie. At first, well, we'll get into it, but definitely at first I was just like, yeah. Then I was just like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely go through it, but I fully understand where you're coming from with that. I would absolutely recommend people watch this. Would you recommend people watch this?
I'd recommend people watch this.
It is great. Like I said, it's 1988 AF, and that becomes apparent when I read the cast, which I'll get into the movie data now. So this was starring Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Dermot Mulroney, and Casey Siemaszko. I'm assuming 5 of those guys you've heard of, and then the last guy was also there. But actually one of my favorite characters in the movie, I will say.
I want to ask you a question before we proceed. This is just like a random story. This question is just for you, really not the podcast.
Okay.
But do you remember that one time I was talking about my speech impediment when I was just like, I always say F's instead of THs.
Right.
And I was just like, like, I don't remember what I said, but at the end of it, what did I say? I was like, instead of teeth, I say teeth.
Yeah.
And instead of something, I say something. And I was like, instead of Kiefer Sutherland, do you remember that?
I do now. Yeah, we'll cut that.
You don't have to cut that, but every single time I see Kiefer Sutherland now, I think about that.
Kiefer Sutherland. Oh, that's funny. I forgot about that. Yeah, so like this was 1988. Like the 5 guys besides, I don't even know if Casey Siemaszko was in anything else.
I've never heard of him.
Never heard of him. Never seen him in anything else. But the other 5 are like at the top of their game. The tagline of this:
Charlie Sheen had plenty higher to go.
True.
Pun intended.
This before or after Navy SEALs?
Probably before. Navy
see.
SEALs was the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like 1990.
Yeah, this show.
Yeah,
this
was 2 years earlier, but it was 2 years after Platoon.
That's a movie I've never seen.
Oof.
I've never had a will to. It's just I've seen clips.
Charlie Sheen? Yeah. He's like the main character in Platoon.
Whenever I think of Platoon, I always think of Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, he's his captain. So this is like very much like Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, very famous at this point. I'm not entirely sure. I think this is one of Dermot Mulroney's first roles. He's like pretty well known now. Yeah. Lou Diamond Phillips, incredible actor.
I feel like this has had to have been like just like a heartthrob movie. Like
totally, hair in this movie is the least Western thing about it. Everyone's got like perfect '80s locks. The tagline for this film: 6 reasons why the West was wild. I actually think that's a good one. In terms of the other taglines we've
compared
heard.
to the other ones, this one's decent.
Yeah.
It's not great. I think we've only had one good one, which was Rush Hour.
Yeah.
But I think this one's decent. Like, I don't hate it immediately.
Right. So synopsis, a group of young gunmen led by Billy the Kid become deputies to avenge the murder of the rancher who became their benefactor. But when Billy takes their authority too far, they become the hunted. Good synopsis.
Yeah.
Release date August 12th, 1988. R rating, very much an R rating. Very violent movie. Runtime, hour 47. Longest of the podcast so far. Directed by Christopher Kane, who did the next Karate Kid. Written by John Fusco, who did Hidalgo, among a lot of things. A lot of his movies have horses in it.
Yeah.
When I was going through it, I didn't recognize a lot of them, but a lot of horse content. I also thought it was interesting from his IMDb page. He dropped out of high school at 16 to travel the American South as a blues musician and factory worker. Eventually went back and got his GED at 20 and joined NYU Tisch to become a filmmaker. All right, let's get into some numbers. Budget on this movie was $13 million, 1988, so more than...
Yeah, it made its money. I'm not even... just based off of the people who were in it at the time, I've heard references from this movie. It's like in the public lexicon. 13 million is a lot. It's crazy.
88. It's more than double the CB4 budget.
Exactly, which is hilarious to me, but I guess it makes sense when you see it. But what was most of that money just paying actors?
Probably.
Because there aren't too many there's
special effects in gunshot squibs.
Yeah.
But there's no explosions. There's horses and actors.
I guess horses are expensive. You use real horses, then you...
And there are a lot of fucking horses.
Yeah, there's a lot of horses, so that makes sense, but this is still 88 money.
Yeah.
So today, you said $13 million?
Coke you have to buy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot of Coke.
Yeah,
You have both Sheen brothers in one place.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still gonna say that it made its money. I think it probably made its money back. I don't think it made $13 million release weekend, but I would say worldwide grossing, I'm guessing probably it probably got to the 40. I'm gonna say 40.
So opening weekend, you're right, 7 mil. Gross, U.S. and Canada and worldwide, I don't think it released anywhere else, and if it did, it didn't have success. Gross was 45.6.
Damn, I'm on it.
Oogie's on it today.
It's just based off of the men that were in it. It was just kind of there's too much star power.
Yeah.
Like it had to have made its money. Like I think that's really what you kind of have to go off of, especially then. It's not like today where everything's kind of just like Marvel slop and it's just like, oh, go see like the same 7 actors in every single film.
Right.
It's just like these were all people. There was competing films, but everybody probably wanted to see them.
Right, because
Especially
this was all of them in one thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I wonder if we can get like a worldwide like all-time sales sort of figure.
That would be interesting to see if we can dig that up.
Because I feel like a lot of our discussions, we kind of go like, we talk about then, but the current impact, and I feel like a lot of things have had like a bigger lifeline, but I digress.
I would say the biggest cultural, zeitgeisty thing about this movie is Regulators!
Mauna. Yeah, exactly.
That's what this comes from. For any of you who didn't know that song was taking it from this movie.
I don't think it's copyrighted too, so if we can play the Spanish Regulators song going into this.
There we go.
Yeah, we need to play that.
Closing out the data, Rotten Tomatoes critic score 43%, popcorn meter fan score 76%.
Is this the highest one so far? No, Rush Hour had to have been.
Rush Hour was the highest, yeah. Metascore 50 out of 100. Okay, so this is the point in every episode where we remind you that we're going to recap the entire movie. There will be spoilers if you haven't seen it. Please go watch it. This is actually free on Prime with ads. I sat through the ads and you can too. It's rentable other locations.
It's also available on the high seas.
Yep, and available swashbuckling the high seas. All right, so Young Guns opens with an 88 as fuck intro, kind of this black and white overlaid shot where we meet each character. Going down the line, we get the actor's name and a close-up of their face, and then they all just like open fire over the sounds of like screaming 80s guitars in like a Western theme.
My note was cool.
It is so cool.
Yeah, it's just cool. I was just like, what's that one kid thumbs like?
The first scene we meet two characters. Mr. Tunstall, who is this British guy who moved to New Mexico to open a cattle ranch, and he has Doc with him, who's one of it's Kiefer Sutherland's character, and they're talking about going to get a drink, get some whiskey. And, Tunstall says, if I buy you a dram, you must promise not to tell the other boys. As they're about to go to the saloon, we hear gunshots and we see someone running from a gang who's after him, and this is Emilio Estevez's character. We come to learn is Billy the Kid. This is the origin story of Billy the Kid, basically. He's been Billy. He has various pseudonyms, but he has not yet collected the moniker of the Kid.
My note here was Kiefer Sutherland's hair looks cool.
He does have the best hair in the movie.
Yeah, and he was probably slaying in 1988. I was just like, damn, bro, calm down.
I think Doc is my favorite character. Kiefer Sutherland's character is my favorite character in the movie.
For reasons. He's up there. He's definitely up there.
As a kid, he's kind of the paragon, the calm one. He's a poet. He can fight, and he does fight when he has to. But he's kind of the moral compass of the group.
The warrior monk.
Yeah, the warrior monk.
He also folds incredibly easy, incredibly quickly.
He does. But I love Doc. So Doc and Tunstall, they end up saving Billy from this gang that's after him. They bring him back to the ranch, and this is something that Tunstall does. He rescues vagabonds, nobodies, kids off the street, and basically says if you help protect my cattle and my property from people stealing it, you can live here. I'll teach you to read. I'll teach you to write. I'll teach you how to be a man in modern society. And so he brings Billy home. He's like, this is the deal. You can do this, or if you don't want to, the Santa Fe Railroad runs out of Albuquerque in the morning. Come spend the night. That's okay too. He decides to stay, and he gets a job. He has to feed the pigs and clean the pig pen, which is nice and chaotic. We also meet the rest of the boys. Dirty Steve and Chavez are screaming slurs at each other. Yeah. Mostly Steve.
Yeah.
I would
Casual
say
80s racism.
Yeah,
it was a different time.
I will say we're definitely putting the white in the black and white cinema podcast this week. Yeah. There are two characters of color in this entire film, and they both get called terrible names in every scene that they're in.
I feel like this is the oldest movie where I hear someone say, "Want to play games, pendejo?" Yeah. I feel like I've heard that in a lot of different things, and I don't know if it comes from this movie specifically. Yeah. It's probably just a saying,
right?
But
yeah,
as far as I know,
Chavez has some good lines. But yeah, Steve and Chavez don't get along. We also meet Charlie, who has a line that pops into my head all the time, where he the first thing he says to Billy is, "Hey, did you know pigs is as smart as dogs? I met a fella up in El Capitan, taught his pig to bark at strangers." Yeah. I think about that all. I just told my nephew the other day, "Hey, did you know pigs are as smart as dogs?" It just can't get it out of my head. Charlie tells Billy, you can't just be some kid off the street. You got to be handy with the steel. He says, we got knife smith like Mr. Chavez over there, but I'm a pugilist. I didn't know what a pugilist was when I was a kid.
Still don't.
We learn. Yeah. Oh. Someone who fights with their fists.
Oh, I was gonna look it up and then I forgot. I was like, oh, it'll be funny for me to just, not learning is cool, but I didn't learn.
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Mace helped you learn today.
I also want to point out very much so. Back to Oogie's hair reviews. God damn, Emilio Estevez, his mutton chops are the most disgusting things. They are
pork chop sideburns.
Oh my god,
Emilio Estevez does have really bad sideburns. Yeah,
I hate. That was one thing that always centered me while watching this film. I hated those sideburns.
I feel like they put a lot of effort into Doc and Charlie Sheen's character Richard looking good, and then they just ran out of it. Steve is supposed to look dirty. His name is Dirty Steve.
He's got dip juice.
Yeah, he's always covered in dirt, and he's dip fattest dip you've ever seen. And Charlie's he's not anywhere, but for some reason Billy is just not charming at all. Nothing flattering for Emilio Estevez.
And he's super charming in everything. And this is the first time I was just no.
No. How do they compare to Undercover Brothers? Hair?
The Macy Gray with pork chop sideburns.
With Undercover Brother, it's it's fake. So it's just like in my mind, somehow that's better because it's like shitty, but it's funny. It's a comedy.
Right.
This is serious as fuck.
This
and
was
it's
just like his haircut for the movie.
It's like, it's his real hair, and it's just
It's
disgusting.
just bad. Yeah, we'll put a picture up right here of Emilio Estevez in this movie.
What is this? Bro, like, this is like the fuck me up fam. Like,
yeah, it's not good. His hair is not good. The sideburns are definitely not good.
Also, I just want to, right at the end of the scene was when they want to get the crew together, they do the Regulators!
Yeah,
Mount up.
First one,
bro, I was just like, hey! I immediately hit the stream while I was like, hey!
Yep. This is the first of many. But of course, like, you know, Dick calls for the Regulators, and Billy goes to get up, and Charlie's like, you ain't no regulator. You stay here with the hogs. And they have him sit down. So they all go off to save the day. We come back to all of them having dinner together. Various displays of table manners. Steve getting in trouble. They end up asking Billy, like, what did you do? Like, anyone who's one of us has like robbed somebody, like done this, done that, and killed somebody, and he like gives them this look, and they're like, oh shit, he's a murderer.
Yeah.
And
at first I thought he was joking.
No.
Because at this point in the movie, they don't really reveal that he's Billy the Kid yet.
right, yeah, he's just William. But he basically like kicks it, like right before this, Steve and Charlie were like making fun of him for something he said. Yeah. That like they were basically like pause, but like they're like sorry Billy, we're just hacking on you. And then after they're like, what'd you kill him for, Billy? He's like, he was hacking on me. I just love
yeah, very serious.
Yeah,
they were just like, oh.
Steve like literally gulps.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, he meant that.
Yep. After dinner, they're all sitting around the fire practicing their reading. So they have a newspaper that Tunstall's having them pass around. And you can hear Steve like struggling to read, like, but he does an okay job. And Tunstall tells Billy it's his turn. He's like,
he did not do an okay job.
Yeah,
he did an okay job compared to Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
I mean,
compared to Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He did a good job for a guy that had just learned how to read at 19 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
But Billy clearly already knows how to read, and he's very eloquent and well-spoken.
Shout out Floyd Mayweather, friend of the podcast. I don't want to die over this, so
He ain't coming to Seattle.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. You never know what can go viral these days.
Yep.
Not someone I want to piss up. I'm totally money. Let's just cut all of this. Yeah. Next joke. Next scene. My name is Axel Gutierrez. I live at...
So yeah, Billy already knows how to read. He's very eloquent. Just like reads this out. Tunstall's very proud.
That was one of the things I clocked immediately. I remember sitting there. I was just like, he's going to know how to read perfectly, huh?
Yeah. It's a effective storytelling technique. I also like in the background you can see Richard and Doc who have obviously like, they don't really say it, but they establish like they've been there the longest. They're kind of like the older brothers of the group. Richard is reading a book like while the other guys are practicing, and Doc is writing poetry. So like they don't need to be practicing like the other guys.
I was at this point in the movie, I was just kind of like, what's the name of the old guy that's taking them in?
Tunstall.
I was like, is Tunstall a groomer?
Well, that gets us to the next scene. This guy Murphy shows up with a posse and the sheriff saying like Tunstall stole his cattle, and Tunstall's like, he's going to keep saying this, like, I don't steal cattle, I don't have cause, like, this is a place where we just do our jobs, and I'm here to educate these young men. And Murphy like gets off his horse. He's like, I had you pegged for the type who likes educating young boys.
And then I was just like, oh, I don't like that either. Never mind, he's not.
They also like there's this, they kind of establish the tension here where like they're rival cattle ranchers.
Yeah.
Murphy's like connected. He's like friends with like the governor and the district attorney and all this shit. And
one's Irish, one's British. And through normal conventions, you want to root for the Irish, but this is like American Irish, like I'm clicked up with the government and like probably super racist.
And he's being
Irish.
he's being super racist towards him for being British.
Exactly.
He's like, get back
which is okay normally.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's,
This is like expansion of America into the Western colony. Like this is post-Revolutionary War. The English are not popular.
Yeah, and you get that. But also, I'm just like, this guy is literally just like an orphan helper guy.
Yeah.
It's just like...
He's like, I just like help guys off the street. We find out that Tunstall is bidding against Murphy for the government beef contracts. That's essentially the beef between them.
Yeah, the beef over beef.
And
Joke was not well done.
Bro, you got cooked.
I did. No, that was great.
We will be moving on.
Moving on. Murphy and the sheriff piss off. We cut away to a new scene where a new guy shows up asking to stay at Tunstall's. He kicks a chicken on his way in for some reason. And his name's Jay McCloskey. Tunstall's like, don't you ride for Murphy? He's like, yeah, I used to. I called him a fat sow. He told me to get lost.
My note here is I don't trust this dude at all. First of all, he just shows up a second after they beefing. Oldest trick in the book.
Yeah. And we do, after Tunstall like welcomes him in and shows him where the bunkhouse is, we do get this kind of like side-eye menacing look back from McCloskey. Mm-hmm. Can you tell how much we're shadowing what's going to happen here? We then get a short little scene here. Billy getting his new clothes. Tunstall taking him for his nice little bowler hat and his coat.
My note here is that I just want to reiterate how much I hate these fucking mutton chops.
Show the picture again.
Yeah, exactly.
The fucking mutton chops versus Ugie.
Why?
That's the episode clip too. Is Ugo versus the mutton chops.
That could be the name of the episode.
Yeah, the music is also again like it's trying to be Western, but it's so 80s. There's like synth and Western like ding 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 ding.
The music was cool. I enjoyed the music. This scene was. I was like, all right, cool. For a second, because at this point in the movie, I'm watching this. I'm just like, all right, this hair is just fucking me up, fam. Like, I'm not sure how much more of this I can handle. Because normally, I love Emilio Estevez. He's especially for the time when I was a kid. Mighty Ducks 2 was one of those movies that I watched like religiously, like every single weekend. So like anything that he was in, I automatically liked him. And like this was like the first movie that I watched where I was just like, I'm trying to connect with this character, and he's
not very likable. There's like after he gets his new clothes, there's a scene of like Chavez is like practicing his throwing knives on this bucket, and Billy just like shoots it to shit from the roof and like scares the hell out of everybody. He's just laughing. I'm like, this guy's such a
maniac. What I will say though is Akimbo Pistos. He was just like perfect aim. That was like he's like chilling on a roof back like this. He's just perfect. I was like, all right, you got a little game. All right.
It's the Billy the Kid lore, right? Yeah. Like the legendary pistol smith.
To be fair, I know of the Billy the Kid legend, except like I don't know anything about the legend.
Just know he's an outlaw.
Yeah, exactly.
Killed a lot of people. Known for shooting well. Yeah. That's basically all you need to know for this.
Exactly.
So
I have a different perspective of him now.
Yeah, right. Now you know he's a complete piece of shit. The next scene is a New Year's Eve dance party. Everyone's just, big bonfire in the middle of town. Everyone's coming together. Even the Murphy and the Tunstall factions are all in one place having a good time. We meet Alex, who is Tunstall's lawyer. They're talking about, like, what can we do to get Murphy off my back? We get the first, Billy's dancing with some random gal. And we get the first, he ain't all there, is he, from Steve, which is a callback line that happens a lot in this movie. When John's talking to Alex, the options are basically like we're kind of getting beat. Alex is the only lawyer that will help him. And John says, if I give up and I go back home, who will watch after my boys? Like he really is a father figure to these guys. And he takes it seriously.
I think Dirty Steve is like gonna go talk to some girls, was it Steve? It was one of them, and he's just like, oh, I'm.
Oh, it was Charlie.
Yeah, it's Charlie.
He pretends he's getting his degree in medicine.
Getting his degree in medicine.
Yeah.
And I was just like, classic lying to the huz, bro. This man.
There's like 4 women. Right? He's like, I'll get my medical degree in July.
I like he changes his voice so it sounds more proper. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, good job, man.
It also doesn't work.
I mean, it kind of works. I mean, right before that, because they see Billy. Billy's just like dancing, doing his thing. He's got some steps on, and then there's like he's dancing with this one girl, and then it's the classic scene where it's just like, oh, we're making fun of the guy. Oh, but he's dancing with girls and having a good time, and what are we doing? Yeah. So it gets all of them.
Charlie says, well, he's the one dancing with pretty ladies while we're over here tugging our tallywhackers.
Yeah.
See, I told you I can quote this whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. I've tugged some tallywhackers, and I'll tell you, it's much better to be A-town stomping on, some, of course, One's no fun. It ain't no fun unless the homies have some.
That's true. Tip-to-tip efficiency, right?
Exactly, because the upload and the download happen
D2F.
Exactly. They happen simultaneously.
Yep. We also meet, besides Alex, we meet a very key character in this, our second person of color, Yen-Sun. Doc spots her from across the way and goes up to ask for a dance.
She is scared.
Yeah.
She
is scared of Doc in every scene. Yeah. I know. So she's standing with Murphy. He doesn't recognize Doc and is like, yeah, you can dance with her, certainly. She tells Doc that Murphy is her benefactor, her protector, whatever.
Yeah, whatever that means.
They have a dance. Murphy comes over and he's like, hey, I understand you're with Tunstall, and like takes Yen away. He's like, tell your Englishman not to leave any slime when he crawls his way out of Lincoln. He's like, stay away. Doc talks to Alex and learns that Yen was actually the daughter of someone at a Silver City laundry who damaged one of Murphy's shirts, and he took Yen as payment for the shirt. And she's house entertainment at his saloon that he runs. Not great.
America, man.
America.
This is what we want it to go back to. That's right? I just want to also point out that I'm not going to lie, that party looked kind of cracking. It reminded me of Eastern Washington party. Yeah, it's out in the middle of nowhere. There's 2 bonfires. People are getting drunk, shooting guns in the air.
Yeah, it's all the best things of Eastern.
Yeah, I can smell and taste that party. Yeah. It tastes like it smells.
Tastes like Erie Street.
Yeah, it smells like fires and it tastes like regret.
Yes. The Erie Street tagline. We also learn what a pugilist is at this point, where Murphy sends a guy to like beat up Tunstall, and Charlie steps in the middle and just beats the shit out of him and sends him packing.
I thought that was going to be like a main theme of the movie. Like I thought that was going to be the guy who'd be like mad and come back. Yeah. That's not what happens.
The only pugilist moment. Yep. So everyone, the next morning, they're all heading back to the ranch, singing, frolicking, having a good time. Some pheasants take off from the brush, and the guys are all chasing after him, trying to catch supper. As Billy looks back, he sees a posse pull up behind John, and they just open fire and kill John Tunstall in that moment.
There's too many of them, so they just can't.
Yeah, they take off. They're like, we can't win this fight. They're all chasing after them. There's at least 20, 30 guys.
Yeah, my only thing is, I was like, bro, how do you not hear 20, 30?
I know, just sneaking up.
Yeah. But, okay.
Following them all the way from Lincoln. I thought the same thing. Even when I was a kid, I was like, where'd they all come from?
You were just, like, also, you guys were all just there. You didn't see them. Anyways.
Yeah. So we cut ahead to John's funeral in town. Richard is reading the eulogy, kind of going back to what I was saying. Like, they established Richard's been there the longest. He's the leader of the Regulators. He's very well read, well spoken. Probably been there the longest. Alex, the lawyer, convinces I think it's the governor, to deputize all of them to go after Murphy. The Murphy men who killed John. They have a list of guys who they know did it, and they're supposed to go arrest all of them.
Bro, they basically were like ICE. They're just like, here's a bunch of fucking idiots. Let's give them guns and badges and send them. Yeah,
you're right. We do need to send ICE into New Mexico. Yeah. I mean, that's basically what justice was in the frontier.
Endorsement of this movie.
Yeah.
No, it's a good movie. It's just
I don't think anyone in this is a good guy, to be honest. Like,
well, I like.
I mean, they're trying to avenge
Dirtbag
essentially
Steve's
their
pretty
father.
cool.
Yes. Oh yeah. Dirty Steve. Not a good guy. Very racist.
Yeah, but I mean, he's racist in that good old boy sort of way. Like, he's racist because he don't know no better.
Right.
Not because he's like.
Yeah.
He's
right.
not Nick Fuentes racist. He's just kind of like, I grew up in like Omaha and like, or Santa Fe, and I don't read.
Yeah.
But like, the one or two people of color that I know, they're the best dang people of color that I know.
Yep, that's true.
I
think Doc is probably the most like I said, when I was a kid, Doc was my favorite because there's no point where you root against Doc, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the emotional compass of the group. Anyway, I'll try not to glaze Kiefer Sutherland too much.
You can never glaze Kiefer.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see the hair, like let's put the hair up again.
Yeah.
My God. So they go after their first mark, Henry Hill. They trace him to this saloon on the river. Richard tells Billy, like, go in, see if he's in there. They're just supposed to arrest him. I cannot reiterate enough how much these guys are just supposed to be arresting people.
So
Billy,
nice.
Yeah, exactly. Billy goes in, he sees Henry, he figures out who Henry Hill is, and goes back out, hides in the bathroom, waiting for Henry to come out. He comes out, he's taking a piss. Billy says, "Henry Hill?" He says, "Yeah." "Howdy." Bam. Shoots him right there, stuffs the warrant in his mouth and says, "By the way, you're under arrest." I
mean, that's kind of. I mean, these guys are bad guys. So,
yes.
you know.
Henry Hill is one of the guys that murdered John.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I mean,
this isn't a good guy.
At this point.
Everyone there is Murphy men.
Even I was just kind of like, oh, you could have easily arrested him. He was peeing. You could have just. I mean, I think, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
At this point, you're like, all right. It might have been hard for you. And also, the group is just like, hey, you go down there by yourself.
I don't think they know at this point just how much of a loose cannon Billy is.
I know, but what is he supposed to do? I guess, like,
I think that because
they want him to go in.
Doc says something to him. I forget what the line is, but Doc says something to Richard that's like about like essentially saying like he's hazing Billy by making him go in, like in case someone gets shot or beat up, it's gonna be him. But they don't realize Billy's gonna like take it into his own hands and kill Henry
He's
Hill.
a loose cannon.
Yeah.
Billy is essentially like the new guy in Heat. He has very much like, we've already disarmed you and we're gonna shoot you.
Yeah, he doesn't. There's no honor. Like to Billy, honor is just vengeance.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. Like if you're armed, facing me, facing away from whatever. Like he's gonna kill everybody he possibly can.
Which is cool in some times and not cool at other times.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a compelling character trait, but a terrible thing.
Yeah. He stays true to who he is, and that is compelling. That
true.
is art.
Billy never wavers.
Yeah,
like other
exactly.
characters in this movie have arcs. Billy is Billy the Kid, front
through
to
and
back.
through.
Yeah. Henry's buddies obviously hear the gunshot and come out. There's a huge gunfight. The Regulators kill 5 others in addition to Henry, and escape with no casualties.
Yeah.
One thing that happens a lot in this movie to kind of give you exposition is like them in a hideout reading a newspaper to like establish what the rest of the world thinks of them. Mm-hmm. This is where they officially call Billy the Kid. He gets his name.
Billy the Kid. I get it now.
We also get Chavez as El Chivato, which I looked up. And it literally means like kid, like Billy Goat, like a young goat.
Yeah.
It can also mean like someone who's full of themselves, or like someone who's stunting and like flexing, or a rat, someone who snitches. And while I was doing this research, I actually found a tweet from Lou Diamond Phillips answering the question somebody asked of him this is September 2018. Someone saying, "I was never able to look up El Chivato because I couldn't figure out the spelling. Please end my 30-year nightmare." And he said, "Chivato, I'm told it means little kid, as in goats, and as in Billy the Kid."
Oh.
So Lou Diamond Phillips, the guy who played Chavez.
Yeah, shout out Lou Diamond Phillips, friend of the podcast.
Yes. I'm not going to jump ahead, but he has some excellent scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
him and Floyd Mayweather should come on over.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland, Doc, again, just extremely weak for this.
Yeah, Doc sees Yen again in town and like chases her down the street with flowers. Like, and like she said, Murphy told her that he like kills women and children and eats them and like all this stuff. And he's like, I'm a poet. I carry flowers.
And she rejects him, and then he goes full incel and yells at her.
Yeah, he's like, Yen, stop. And then Murphy men come around the corner. He has to book it. Let's see. We cut ahead to one of my favorite scenes. There's two Murphy men that are, I'm guessing, tracking them because one of them is like down on the ground, like finds horse shit, and he's like trying to figure out how recently they just came through. The regulators all jump on him. They're like gonna arrest him, and McCloskey, the sketchy guy from earlier, is like trying to change the plan, saying like, you know what, I don't think like we should go that way. We should go straight through Lincoln. They won't be expecting it. And he gives this look to Baker, one of the guys that they caught, and Billy notices it and was like, what was that? And essentially clocks in this moment that McCloskey is a rat working for Murphy. And he's like, got his gun on McCloskey. McCloskey's like, dude, geez, Billy, like we made a pact. Like, it's all good. And Billy holsters it, shakes his hand, and says, I'm sorry, McCloskey.
I didn't know earlier.
Said, sorry I didn't sniff you out earlier, you goddamn son of a bitch. And clack.
Blams him in the
head. Brains all over Kiefer Sutherland's beautiful face.
He's distraught. This man is just like...
And I feel so bad for Doc. Like this is where I was saying, like Doc is the anchor. You feel so bad for him in this moment because like he was just brothers with McCloskey. Like he was gonna ride or die with this dude. But he like even after all the dust settles, he tells Richard like, no, dude, Billy was right. McCloskey was acting funny. Like Doc saw it too. And Doc like kills one of the guys as they're running. Like even in this moment where like a guy who was his friend just got shot, he realized that guy's a traitor. He still like picks up the rifle and like takes out the guy who's running away. Yeah. Like he's still down for the fight, even though he's the heart of the group. He's a real one.
Yeah, he earned his keep. He's handy with the steel.
He was handy with the steel. Yeah, there's Doc has some good shots with that rifle for sure.
I also want to say that there's a shot where he's like got the full blood on, and he's like, I think he takes his hat off. And he like kind of turns his head, and he looks just like Don Sutherland.
Yeah.
Like I was like, damn. Like I've seen you so much, but this is the most you've ever looked like your dad to me.
Yeah.
Ever. It was just.
I like that. There are a couple of shots where like shit goes down, and it like pans to Doc, and like is that like subtle acting. But yeah, I could totally see what you're talking about, looking like Don. You just feel for Doc in that moment where he's like I just wanted to like arrest the guys that got John, and he's looking around at all these bodies, one of which he just put in the dirt. You know, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
I like it. A lot of these murders too. It's just like they could hide it, but they're just like, let's
get out of here.
It's like no, actually, just if you hide it,
it's like
everyone, the newspaper finds out immediately every single time.
Yep.
This man's legend is growing exponentially by the day.
Yep. And that's where it cuts to next. They're at a different hideout reading a newspaper again. This time they're sensationalizing Billy. Like the papers did this in real life. That's why Billy the Kid is such a legend. It's like all of the papers across the West were always writing about this guy and how like special he was. And but they have a picture in the newspaper and it's Richard. It's not Billy. It's not Billy. And Dick's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Because Dick already hates Billy. Like if he could kill him without like breaking the pact, he would do it. Like they all kind of like are not great with Billy at this point, but Richard absolutely hates him. And they learn that the legendary bounty hunter John Kinney is after them. There are people coming from north, south, and east trying to find them. The most comedic scene in this film, Chavez finds peyote. He digs up the mushrooms and he makes a drink for everybody. Dick doesn't touch it. When the cup passes, he's like, I ain't fucking with that. I don't know what that is. Steve takes a drink and goes, ugh, and then like downs another sip. And we get a hilarious scene of all of them tripping on peyote. It starts with Doc like reading poetry, but his voice is like super like low and like drawn out. He's like writing poems about Yen on this cliffside. And then like the cactus next to him explodes as Steve almost kills him because Steve is hallucinating a giant chicken that he's fighting against while the other guys are all tripping. Charlie's just like feeling the fabric of the universe, puking, feeling great.
Chavez just painted his face. He's just
The
like, we're in the
paint.
spirit realm.
Yeah, he's in the spirit world. This like black and white war paint jumps on his horse with this like primal scream that's like so hard. But yeah, Steve with the, did you guys see the size of that chicken? It gets me every time.
Yeah, ego death is real, bro.
Billy's tripping too.
Yeah.
He's like spinning his guns, but he like loses one and he
throws one
can't
in the
figure
air.
out like where it went. And Dick is just like looking at everybody like, what? He says these godless heathens.
He was looking at them the same way the Safeway lady was looking at me. Shout out last episode.
Yep. So now that they're in the spirit world, they pass through the Indian reservation, which is fucking bold.
Yeah.
All the guys are still high. Chavez is like regal on the back of his horse, just like fully embracing, like still in the war paint.
Isn't Billy on his horse backwards?
Backwards, yeah. He's like, y'all know we're in the spirit world. Like everyone's tripping. And I think Charlie's the one who says like, Chavez, why aren't they killing us? And Steve says, because we're in the spirit world, asshole. They can't see us. I love that scene so much. We get forward to their next hideout after they pass through the reservation. They're in a small little cabin. Steve is keeping watch. He sees a lone rider coming in, runs back to tell the group. They're all sitting over dinner. Dick is saying grace. Billy says, Jesus, Dick, it's getting cold. And they draw on each other. And Billy's basically like, I had the drop, I could have killed you, and I didn't. Dick's like, after we eat, we're going outside and we're going to settle this for good. Steve busts through the door and says, like, there's a lone rider coming. Charlie looks out the window, realizes it's Buckshot Roberts, who's a Murphy man who has, quote, killed more people than smallpox. And Charlie's freaking out. They know that this guy can fight. They go out in the yard. All six of them, they tell Roberts, like, we got a warrant for you, old man. He's like, I ain't got nothing to do with that warrant. I'm here for the $150 they got on Billy the Kid. The rest of you peckerheads are only worth $110, but I'll take it. See, I know every line of this movie. I didn't write this shit down. He says, let's dance. And gunfight breaks out. Chavez gets hit immediately in the torso. He's like crawling around screaming. Doc gets like his hand blown open. Roberts jumps in the outhouse.
Yeah, or like a shed or something.
Yeah, I don't know why that. I don't think that offers much protection.
Yeah. Which is like, so that's where the movie kind of lost me a little bit, because one, it's a 6v1. I just don't understand what the fear is at this point. He goes in the outhouse. And it's just
Like, why didn't they drop him?
There's so
like,
much. Yeah.
The second he gets off his horse
Yeah.
and like drops his rifle and says, let's dance, just pap.
Because the only time
Like Billy doesn't miss another shot this whole
Yeah.
movie, but they can't hit this.
It's the
guy.
only time that.
Yeah.
But it's the only time that there's like honor. There's honor when they're doing this shit. Like
Yeah.
they let him get off, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna load my gun and do all this
I
sort
do
of
think
stuff.
part of it is Dick is still convinced like we can arrest these guys instead of killing them.
Yeah, but I mean, Billy's not.
But at this
Billy-
point,
yeah.
they've killed 8.
Yeah.
And like they were only supposed to arrest 11.
But yeah, regardless, at this point I was just like, bro, what? I was like, how are you guys getting pieced up right now?
Right.
He's one person. Yeah, and it's just like they're all just like every time someone pops out to shoot, they're just like getting shot back.
Yeah.
He's putting up major points. This is 6v1.
Right. He
and
hit
he's
2 of them
winning.
immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously.
He killed more people than smallpox.
Then yeah, go ahead.
So Dick sends Billy out. He's like, you think you're such hot shit, Billy the Kid, go get him. And like Billy sticks his head out, almost gets it blown off and goes back. And they, like the gunfire subsides and you hear Roberts like, and so Dick is like, all right, I'm going to go check it out. And Roberts, you see the gun like come out the door and there goes Richard. Charlie Sheen in the dirt, one shot.
Yeah.
And then everyone loses their shit and just like shoots the shit out of the outhouse and like that's the end of the fight.
They're like, we gotta go. I'm just like, you don't gotta go. There's more of you. There's more bullets.
Yeah.
Confirm your kill.
Yeah. And I think that like, I forget who. One of them is like, no, this place is gonna be crawling with Murphy. Like, is it?
Yeah.
Like one guy showed up by himself. Yeah, a lot of suspension of disbelief here, basically to set up Richard getting killed.
R.I.P. Rich, bro. Dick was a real one.
He was the leader. That was the tension. Billy thought he was the leader, and Dick knew he was. And
now Billy's a de facto leader.
Yep.
And this is like where the movie stops being like a happy-go-lucky movie into a horror movie. Now it's just a scary.
Yeah. Now it's just like let's fuck shit up until we die.
It's like who is the worst person that you know in your life that you don't want to have any responsibility besides Donald Trump? Now give them the keys to anything. Like, don't think about the administration, just in your regular life.
Right.
Give them all the responsibility to your life now.
Yep.
That's what this movie becomes.
Yeah, and the gun. Yep. They all get away. Doc peels off to go get his hand fixed. I think he says he's going to go visit his mother or something like that. So he rolls off. The rest of the group's all sitting around. This is where I was like, the best monologue of the movie is delivered by Chavez here, where he talks about like the army murdering his tribe, his like personal beef with Murphy for like sending them rancid meat when he was supposed to supply them with food,
and then blaming them for Indian
uprising because they went to try to get food. If there's like one scene from this movie to see, it is Chavez monologue. Like
my note here
so
is
good.
Great acting, some of the only.
Yes, it is the best acting in this movie for sure. There's also like the whole time that like Chavez is like telling them all this, they're like calling him Navajo and Greaser again and like being like, okay, chicken shit, whatever, like sucks for you, but like we're your tribe now, bitch.
Yeah. I guess if you just want to be a dirty engine, you can just leave.
Yeah. And like Chavez is like, I'm the last of my tribe. Like I have to go make my people live again. I have to go west, make my people live again. And they're like, we're your tribe now. We don't care. And they convinced Chavez to stay.
Yeah. My final note for this is both are compelling arguments.
Yeah. Yep. And also like Chavez is about to leave and gives Charlie the opportunity to come with him. And Charlie's like, I don't know. Like Charlie's never really fully in it, but he won't leave his brothers. Yeah. And like this is the first opportunity that Charlie is drawn away by something and decides to stay. And Billy says kind of a consequential line where he says like this concept of pals. Like if you got 2 or 3 pals, well, that's where you got yourself a tribe. And this concept of pals like comes back again in this movie and the sequel actually. As like them.
Don't disagree though.
Yeah, right. Like I still am on Chavez's side here that he needs to like go like find a family, get out of this cesspool, the whirlwind as they call it in this movie. But like also, yeah, they are family. Like they're avenging their father figure. Like that's also true. You can also have family that you've chosen.
I am my brother's keeper. We got.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to watch that one soon.
So Doc, after he says he's getting his hand fixed, he's an idiot and he goes back to town to see Yen again. Scares the shit out of her again. Like jumps on her in bed while she's sleeping and covers her mouth. But this is romantic apparently because it's 1988.
She tries to scream. Yeah. No.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's me, it's Doc. She's like, I know. You're fucking on me in my bedroom, bro. But yeah, it's
she's like, my benefactor's downstairs, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yep. He's basically trying to convince her to run away with him, and she's about to go for it.
Is she?
She seems like it. Like she's coming around to him.
I think she's coming around, but at this point, I feel like she's just like, please get out of my room.
Yeah, I know. She also like he goes to like touch her face and she says, no, I'm unclean. He's like, I used to ride with the dirty underwear gang. I'm like, I don't think that's going to help a woman like you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was the 1800s or 1700s. I don't know.
It is supposed to be a romantic scene and it just isn't.
Yeah.
But
women of the podcast, please let us know
if you found Kiefer Sutherland romantic in this scene with Yen.
I started that and I didn't want to finish that.
Yeah. I bail you out, bro.
Thank you.
Anyway, Murphy almost catches him, like comes up to her room and opens the door. You can hear Doc riding away on his horse. Doc comes back to the crew. There's also a cutaway where you see Charlie reading, and you can see Chavez is still sitting with them at the fire, so you know he didn't leave.
Yeah.
Doc comes back, groups all together, and boy, they get to killing again. I think they go through Lincoln or something. They find more Murphy men, they find Sheriff Brady, and who's the sheriff of Lincoln who helped kill John. He's like corrupt for Murphy, and Billy's just like trotting down the street right behind them, like having a grand old time. We get the second. He ain't all there, is he? So Billy like grabs the sheriff's gun out of his holster and kills him. Like Chavez rolls in, like gets another guy with a knife in the neck. Like just
he's on full psychopath mode.
Yeah, they're just killing everybody. They get a bunch more guys.
I think it needs to be said that Chavez said that when he had his spiritual, like when he was on peyote and he was in the spirit realm, the spirits were like, you need to, all that is following is a trail of blood and you need to get out of this. And he was really at this point like,
he's like, all right,
diametrically opposed to wanting to continue this.
Yeah.
But this just shows how ride or die all these people, because everybody at this point is just like, Doc's like, I want to get with this girl and go.
Yeah. Charlie's just like, scared out of his mind.
Like, I don't want to do this.
Steve is just a hick. He's fine.
He's kind of fine, but he's just doing it to be a pal now. He's like
exactly.
When people offer you Zen, you're just like, okay, like,
sure.
Yeah, but like, the only person, like,
Zen, let us know if you want to sponsor the pod.
If we can cut, like, Billy is just like,
yeah, Billy's like having a great time. The other four do not want to be in this war
he's like,
anymore.
I want to murder today.
Yeah.
He had the biggest smile on his face the entire movie, knowing every time he's about to murder someone, he gets happy as fuck.
Crebopulous Michael, he gets to go killing again. Yeah.
I just love killing.
Boy, oh boy. We also get as he's killing Sheriff Brady, he says, reap the whirlwind, which is like a recurring theme that I don't understand at all. Yeah. Like, Doc explains the whirlwind to Alex later. He also, like, there's another reap it later. I don't get it.
I also just want to say, though, I will say, what is the name of their gang? The Poopy Butt Boys? They're the Poopy Butt Boys. I thought they were the Dirty Under...
No, that was someone that Doc used to ride with when he was in Louisiana or Missouri.
Well, never mind. I think that was the name of, like, your, like... fantasy football team at one point or something.
Probably, yeah.
Anyways.
The dirty underwear gang is struck again.
Yeah.
Like, we shower, but they don't. But I just want to say these boys get active because they're down 2, but they're up like 13 or 14 right now.
Right, yeah.
Like,
they've killed a lot of
they've
Murphy
killed
men.
a lot of people.
Chavez with guns and knives, just out of control.
Wait, are they even down 2? They're down 1.
McCloskey,
yeah.
He never actually killed anybody because he was like...
That's neutral, because I guess he was on their side, but he was also on their side.
I think that's a +1. So they're really only down Richard at this point.
Yeah.
So we next find them at Alex the lawyer's ranch outside of town, where Alex and his wife are like holed up, hiding from Murphy. Billy basically says, like, the theme of this is like, I want to kill so many of these guys that the president of the United States comes here to figure out what's happening. I don't think at any point in the history of America that's how this works. But that is the goal.
And that was happening in Minnesota?
I also love that every time they talk about Mexico, they call it Old Mexico because they live in New Mexico.
Yeah.
They all kind of, like, Alex basically tells them, like, the governor has revoked his deputization. The army is after you. There's now a $200 bounty on Billy and $150 on the rest of you. And, like, they all kind of cast off their deputy badges. Doc is the only one that actually physically hands it to Alex, and he's the one that tells him, like, there's a whirlwind. When you're in it, you can't get out. I don't know. Again, the whirlwind that is just supposed to make sense.
Yeah, someone who knows about, movies and themes, let us know. What do you think the whirlwind is?
Yeah.
Comment below.
Let us know.
Also, there is a black guy that's just kind of standing in the back by Alex's house.
Okay.
I don't know what he is, but there's a black guy, and he looks like Lakeith Stanfield in Get Out. If we can get one of them here and another one of them here, he's just kind of standing with the hat on by the window. I totally clocked it. I was just like,
That's funny.
There's more black people. Yeah, exactly. It was because there wasn't really any up until that point. I was like, oh, there's a black guy that he almost blends in with the background. Like honestly, it's hard to see him. He's watched the movie a million times. He never saw him once.
I never noticed.
But he looks like Lakeith Stanfield. Well,
Enough.
Yeah.
Let us know if you think these guys look alike. So they find out from another newspaper that they're not only wanted, that they're going to be hanged if they're caught. And Charlie is freaking out.
I was like, oh, you shit yourself when you
get and Billy's like, oh yeah, I've seen people hang. Ha ha ha! It's so funny.
This man's a psychopath.
Yeah, even like Chavez even is like, "Cállate, chavato." Like, calm down, dude. And like Billy's just like, "Yep, Charlie, if we get caught, you're getting hanged."
Yeah,
that's the name of the game now.
Mason, do you remember that one episode of Adventure Time where the owl goes up to Ice King and he's like, "You're a sociopath."
He's like, he got knocked out, and he's like dreaming. Why don't women like me? It's because you're a sociopath.
That is
like,
his
Ice
character.
King's response is like, "Oh yeah, well you're a big nerd." And he just takes that advice in stride.
Yeah, that's literally who his character is right now.
That's Billy. Yeah, Billy like really doesn't care. Like he embraces the psychosis. There's an entire scene where Charlie tells the guys like, I have unfinished business basically, and they go to a brothel so that he can hug a hooker.
Which is very popular these days because people just want human connection.
It's very wholesome.
Yeah.
I think like watching it this time, I never caught this in any previous time, but I got the vibe that he's actually she is who he lost his virginity to.
Yeah.
And he wanted to like come back and hold her.
Yeah. Because she said something like, oh yeah, like
I don't remember you,
but I get so many of their first times.
Yeah.
So since you've watched the movie so many times, I couldn't tell if it was a camera issue or not.
The titty?
Yeah, is there titty? You see titty?
I clocked that when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
like, oh, it's a titty. Yeah. Back when it was harder to find titties.
Yeah, just barely. It's just kind of like...
It's like from the side, there's like a little titty. Yeah.
You get full side boob, but you don't get...
While the guys are waiting for Charlie, we kind of see in the saloon, there's this guy, this Texan, long hair, mustache, like very 80s, the most 80s hair of the movie, which is saying something when you see Kiefer Sutherland, Texas guy here. And he's just bragging about how he's going to kill Billy the Kid, and he's killed all these other people, and Billy hears him and goes over to basically troll the guy. He's like, "Wow, you're really gonna kill Billy the Kid?" And
show me the gun.
Is that the gun you're gonna kill him with? Can I see it? And the guy's just like, "Oh, this fucking kid," and like hands his gun over. He's like, "You be careful with that. That killed so and so." He's, "Oh, is that right?" And Billy like sneakily takes the bullets out of it. And as soon as what I love that I think I had noticed it before, but like as soon as Billy starts walking towards the guy, Doc pulls his pistol out and like puts it on the table so like he's ready, you know? And it's like this total like, oh, fuck, here we go. But Doc is still ready. Like he's still down to roll. It's like the guy's like listing all these things that Billy does, and he says he's known for whistling sad ballads. So Billy starts like whistling a sad ballad at him, and he's like, he's basically like, "You better shut the fuck up or I'm gonna kick your ass." And he's like, "You better shut the fuck up or I'm gonna kill you." And he pulls the gun on Billy. Click, 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 and Billy just pat.
Yeah. At that moment, he realized.
And Billy's like cracking up, laughing. This is the funniest trick he's ever pulled in his life.
This might have actually been the funniest scene to me, honestly.
It was so good.
It was just like, it go from like this like very serious brothel moment to this guy just like in full psychosis, like, I'm just playing with my food before I kill him.
This guy isn't even a Murphy man. This is just a bounty hunter that's after Billy, and he's like, I'm gonna kill this guy too. Here I go killing again. So at this point, we get a very 80s music scene of them running from bounty hunters. They jump through some thorns into the thicket, escape down the river. That's it.
That's it. They just go into a thicket and they're like, where did they go?
Yeah. They're all like right next to them in the river.
Again, yeah, nobody in this movie has ears.
Yeah.
They're in water. It would be making
They're playing on easy mode for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So now they're at another hideout. Chavez is pulling thorns out of Charlie's butt This is the first butt shot we get. There's another one coming up. Don't worry. Steve has like a bullet wound in his arm. They're all like recovering after getting their asses kicked. Billy's reading the newspaper about himself, getting all hyped up again. Chavez is like ready to leave again. Charlie is like ready to leave with Chavez again. Billy's basically like, okay, what's your plan then? Like, he's like, we got enemies to all sides. What's your plan? And they're like, Doc is like, come sun up, I'm going for Mexico. And Billy's like, oh shit, that sounds fun. Like, we might die doing that. Yeah. That sounds like a great challenge. Let's try to get to Mexico.
It's an epic reframe. Yeah. He's just kind of like, oh, you guys thought that was going to be the way out of doing all of this? Ha! My psychopathy is actually more intrigued to do your plan.
Right.
Let's do that.
Because it's more likely that we're going to die and have to kill people.
And you can tell all of them are just like, fuck.
Yeah. Doc looks at Steve and goes, I'm really not liking him. Yeah. So they make it to Mexico. We get none of the danger that they were just describing. They're just in Mexico. The townspeople are like, yay, white people!
Which is weird.
Yeah, it's like, all right, like, cool. We solved all of the tension with Mexico.
The Shevchenko meme this year?
That's a deep cut. But sure.
Look at,
yeah. We see Billy sitting in the tub dictating a letter to Doc, negotiating his surrender to, not the president, like I don't know, governor, President Hayes. He's writing a letter to the president, negotiating his surrender. We get kind of a wholesome moment between Steve and Chavez, where they're like, I hate you, but I love you, and I'll fight with you to the death, basically.
Yeah, I think Chavez says, like, you don't know how many nights I had a knife pressed up to your neck, but I'm happy I never actually cut it.
Yeah, I'm glad I never killed you, Steve. Yeah. Cut back to Billy in the tub, and he signs the letter, sincerely, William H. Bonney, P.S., kiss my ass.
Yeah. He's like, psych, I was just playing a prank on you.
Yep. Steve busts down the door. We get another ass shot as Emilio Estevez jumps up and he yells, Charlie's getting married. Charlie fell in love, met a woman in Mexico, and gets married that night that they got there.
If I was single and I go to Mexico, I'd fall in love immediately as well, too.
Yep.
So shout out all the Latinas that watch this podcast. We love you here.
Shout out to Latinas in general.
Yeah. Shout out women.
Mace.
Shout out you.
My boy Mace. Yeah. Shouting out the Latinas.
Yeah. But particularly Latinas.
So we get a nice little party scene, Charlie's wedding. Pat Garrett shows up, who canonically is the guy that kills Billy the Kid in real life. Mm-hmm. He was like, he was a lot of things before he became a sheriff, but he ends up in real life was the one who captured Billy the Kid and killed him. In this scene, he's showing up to warn Billy that they're going to go after Alex the lawyer and punish him for everything that the guys have been doing.
Okay, I didn't understand this later on, and I guess I'm skipping ahead, but was he telling the truth?
I actually don't know. I never caught that until this time around. Because we'll come back to this in one scene's time.
So now they have to like go back, and this poor man just got married.
Yeah, his wife is crying. They're all four of them tell Charlie to stay. Yeah, they're like, you just got married, dude. Like, I think Billy says your woman's crying. She's giving me a headache. Like,
yeah, he's like one of the only wholesome moment that he has in the entire movie. He's like, don't come on this death mission. Right, you're married now. Yeah, you're out the game. And he's like,
all of the bounty hunters in the Western territories are after them. Mm-hmm. The army is now after them because they're outlaws, and they killed a sheriff. So there's 100 guys hunting them, and Charlie like just got married. They're safe. They're like, Charlie, like, stay here, dude. And Charlie mounts up and says it ain't easy having pals.
Which is facts. I won't go too specific into the story, but I remember this one time one of my friends was talking crazy and was about to get his ass whooped by a bunch of people, and I was like stepping in. I'm not saying any specifics. I just had to step in and be a part of the ass whipping. I was like, oh man, if my friend gets beat down, I'm also getting beat down because I'm not going to. And I very much identified with this. Luckily, it didn't. Friend talked his way out of it.
Yeah.
But
I think we all have that one friend.
I remember just being like, fuck, like these people are bigger than us. We are going to get fucked up right now.
We all have that one friend that like is likely to get you into a fight, but would also get you out of one that you got it yourself into.
Yeah. You got to be there for your pals. I think if there's a real, well, unless if you're married, then if you're married and you have kids, I guess that's the exception.
Right. In this case, like Charlie should have stayed.
Yeah.
This is his fourth chance in the movie to leave at this point. Like he has
you
a wife.
always have an option, honestly. You don't have to do fake. They could have been writing back and be like, you know what? Actually, having a Mexican wife sounds great.
Yeah, right.
I'd rather just actually go back to Mexico where it's safe.
Yep.
That'd be such a crazy. I'm gonna like riding back to a death mission that you don't have to do. I guess they liked Alex. Poor Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex the lawyer. Because they know that he's Tunstall's only ally.
Yeah.
Before all this shit went down, Alex is the only one trying to help him, and he's helped them too as they're getting away. So like we have to go back for Alex.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go all the way back to Lincoln after they just got to Mexico and escaped. They get to Alex's house to get him and Susan out, and are immediately surrounded. So to your point about Pat Garrett, I think Alex even says, like, I think the intel you were given was to get you here in a trap. So maybe.
And even so, like Billy, before he says, he's like, hey, are you my friend? Or something like that.
Yeah.
And he turns his back to him to, I feel like, signify, like, if you're going to shoot me, shoot me.
Shoot me in the back, yeah. And Garrett says, like, yes, Billy, I am your friend.
Obviously not, because he kills him.
I know, this is the guy that kills him.
But, yeah. Never be named Pat or Garrett.
Yep. It's, I also like I said, I've seen this a bunch of times. That was the first time I caught that Garrett might have trapped him. Because I think that he even says, like, they're about to make him sheriff or something like that. So.
But he says he's going to Louisiana.
Yeah.
Which is nowhere close.
Yeah. All right, so they get to Alex's house. They're immediately surrounded in the trap. John Kinney, the bounty hunter, is there, which scares the shit out of Charlie. He's like been scared of Kinney since they first heard his name early in the movie. Shootout starts when they figure out that Billy's inside. Nobody gets hit. They all kind of go upstairs to hide in the attic, fall asleep upstairs, kind of calm before the storm, really. There's another shot of Kiefer Sutherland with like a cut on his face, just like kind of like gazing off like this, like similar to the last time where he's just like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, we're all going to die today. Like,
I think it also needs to be noted when they get back to Alex's house, Alex is like, oh, I'm not leaving. I'm staying at my house. Like, he gets there like, hey, we need to go right now. And his wife's like, yeah, we should leave. And he's like, I'm not running.
He's like,
which
no,
I was
this is
just
my
like,
home.
Me personally, my heart broke there. I was like, ah, no. I was like, this. He's like, bro, I just got married. Please,
Yeah.
we can go.
Right.
Please.
Right. While we have time, let's get the fuck out of here.
And it's like right as they're having that conversation,
Everyone
all the
rolls
backup
in.
gets there and
Yeah.
blocks them off, and it's just like, oh, it's too late.
And they like steal the guy, all their horses too.
Yeah.
Like there's no way out. They're surrounded on all sides. So they all kind of like spend the night in the attic. I love Steve is sleeping like a baby. He's snoring. He doesn't give a shit. He's like, yeah, we're all probably gonna die.
Yeah.
I'll just go to sleep now. There's a great psycho Billy moment. Where
Charlie's freaking out.
Yeah, Charlie is losing his shit. And Billy yells out to the like leader of the gang. He's like, "Hey, Pepin, did I see you got Charlie Crawford out there?" He's like, "Yeah, we got a whole bunch of..." And Billy just leans out and just kills Charlie Crawford. "Hey, Pepin, Charlie Crawford ain't with you anymore." They just start shooting up the house again.
My note for that scene is that not Charlie Crawford, but I hope that our friend Charlie hit before he went off to a certain death.
Right, yeah. I know.
really hope-
That would be really ironic. His wedding night, and he doesn't even get to soak it.
So then there's just like a shoot. You just got the shoot 'em up, bang bang kind of finale.
The army shows up, which is when it gets out of control.
And that's where a bunch of black people enter the movie.
Right. All the army.
Yeah, all the
soldiers.
all the soldiers are black.
Yeah.
I guess that's historically
It is.
accurate.
I don't think they would all.
soldiers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they wouldn't all be mixed in with the white guys
Yeah.
though. Like they would be the ones that they send out first to get shot at,
Yeah.
right? Like, but yeah,
They're super professional about it.
it's also probably hard to find that many extras without
Yeah.
having to mix in some people of color for once.
But yeah, the army sets the house on fire, and so they're kind of in a shit situation.
Yep.
They get Alex's wife out, but then what's her Yoon?
Yen.
She's just like, I love you.
Yeah, and just runs into the house.
Runs into the house.
For some reason, Murphy brought her to the shootout, and then she jumps out of his carriage.
He doesn't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So, but still, like, hey, come on, little China girl, like, let's go watch some bloodshed.
Yeah.
And
My
so
note
she runs
here-
away, and Murphy's running after her, yelling, China! Like, he doesn't know her name. He calls her Yen earlier in the movie.
My note here is China.
Yeah, China.
China.
Yeah, so Yen runs into the house. They get Susan out. She doesn't want to leave her plates. So, like, Alex goes to the door. There's, like, woman coming out, and so they don't shoot Susan. And then they're, like, throwing her books and her, like, belongings out of the burning house. Meanwhile, like, the army is afraid to go in because they think they have 30 to 40 men inside, which is kind of hilarious. Charlie's tripping. Eventually, that tripping turns into, like, badassery, and he just starts, like, blindly shooting at people out the window. As the house starts burning, we get this shot of Chavez, like, sneaking out. And like, well, it looks like he's running away. Steve starts losing it, like that.
I always knew it.
So we think Chavez runs away. The rest of the guys are like throwing Susan's belongings out, and we finally see this shot of like a trunk rolling out the attic window and onto the ground, and then things are like kind of dying down. And then Billy pops out of the trunk and just starts like murking people, not getting hit. There's also, my dad actually told me this when we were watching it. There's an uncredited Tom Cruise cameo right here. He was on set hanging out with the guys and was like, yeah, sure. And they put him in like a fake mustache and like fake hair and a hat. And he's one of the guys that Billy shoots. Yeah, I got a clip or I got the picture of it. So we'll put it up. It was fun. It was fun to know that my dad wasn't bullshitting.
Yeah.
I like looked it up. I was like, oh yeah, this is accurate. So they have this gunfight. Chavez comes back with a bunch of horses to like help the guys escape. So they think that he ran off. We see Billy getting hit. I think Billy gets hit like 3 times. He's getting shot. And Charlie's getting shredded. Charlie's like about to keel over dead, and his last shot, he takes out John Kinney, who he has been terrified of this whole movie, you know. And then R.I.P. Charlie.
Charlie went out like a G, bro.
Yeah, he's like gone through like 3 guns, like fighting, like killing a bunch of people, and Kinney hits him, but like before he goes down, he takes him with him.
It's also just like interesting that like the people who like started all of this, just like the guy who starts all of this just gets away and all of the pals die.
Right, yeah. We also see Steve going down right after Charlie. He's just like shot full of holes. So Dirty Steve and Charlie are both down. Chavez, Doc, and Billy have all been hit multiple times, but they hop on the horses.
Did Yen get away?
Yeah, Doc has Yen. Okay. So they all get away together. As they're running, you see Alex come out the front of the house, literally waving a white flag, but he's yelling like, "Go on, boys, get out of here." And the army we've had this Gatling gun and just lights Alex up in front of his house. And down goes Alex as well, with Susan screaming. As we think the fight is over, Billy comes back around the corner and just beads in on Murphy. We get the "Reap it, Murphy, you son of a bitch." Just dome shot from 100 yards.
And then just rides off
And
as
they
if
ride
it
off.
wasn't a Gatling gun right there.
Yep. Well, it was pointed at Alex.
Yeah,
It's hard to
exactly.
turn one of those motherfuckers
I
around
guess
back
it was like 1842.
18 whatever, yeah. And then that's basically it. We get a shot of all of them kind of going their separate ways. We get Doc narrating. Chavez moved to a fruit ranch. Doc and Yen moved to the East Coast with her mother and 14 brothers and
siblings.
sisters. Alex's wife, Susan, took over the cattle empire that Murphy and Tunstall left in their wake. Billy never left New Mexico and was killed by Pat Garrett, shot in the dark, which is what actually happened. Which is why it's so symbolic when he turns his back to Garrett and like gives him the chance to shoot him there. And Billy was buried next to Charlie, and later someone snuck into the graveyard and scratched the word "pals" on their tombstones, which is Chavez.
What was the post-credit scene?
There's a post-credit scene in this movie?
No.
You fucking asshole.
So, final takes.
Final takes. It holds up. I fucking love this movie. This is my favorite movie of all time. I'm not saying it's the best movie of all time, but this is my favorite movie. Watching it again at age 35, 30 years after I saw it, I still love every second of it. I was texting my mom, this shit holds up. She's like, I need to watch this movie again. I
enjoyed the movie. I think you have like emotional ties to
I
it
totally
that I don't have as much. So like I did enjoy the movie. I think it definitely holds up. I think out of all the movies, the racism in this one was somehow the wildest.
Yeah, because it's like
real racism.
not for the it was very real. Yeah.
I'd probably give it like an 8.75.
That's generous.
Yeah, I think like in terms of like how likely I am to, I feel like you'd have to be in the mood for the movie.
If you like Westerns,
Yeah.
if you like 80s action, if you like either of those, this is a great movie. If you like both of those, this is the best movie.
Because yeah, I mean, it's like, it's just like, you really have to just want to see Emilio Estevez be a psychopath for an hour and a half. And
Or
it's
like
just
Kiefer Sutherland be hot.
Yeah.
So
So like, I don't think exactly. So I don't think it necessarily has like as wide of an appeal, but I was happy that I'm happy that I finally watched it and closed that loop. And it was a good watch, and it's a movie I'd watch again if it were on.
Yeah, I could tell that it's at least a good movie, if not great, because my wife was rolling out on the floor, like on a foam roller, and there were a couple of times that I saw her like cranked around looking at the TV, like without meaning to, like she was following it without having to. So I was like, okay, well, if Coley likes it, then that's good. Yeah, like I said, I love this movie, favorite movie. Glad I still loved it so much, even though like I have a new appreciation for Billy the Kid being an absolute psychopath. But let us know what you think. Would love to hear your takes. If you have a great one, we might read it on air. Ugie, anything else before we take this out?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you once again for joining us on the Black and White Cinema Podcast with Kevin Ugie. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the things that you're tired of hearing. We would very much appreciate it. Please tell your friends, especially if you have a friend that likes Westerns. This is our first non-comedy. If you have a friend that likes Westerns or action movies, this might be the one to loop them in on. You can find us basically anywhere. If you need help finding us, go to allmylinks.com/kev-n-oogie, and we will see you next time on the Black and White Cinema Podcast with Kevin Oogie.
Peace to all the Nubians filled with the new black consciousness. Am I just going to keep doing that?
Revolution. Take care.